it to the fish farm. This factory, Luca Plastics at the front, and then they also do, I think they do recycling at the back. We'll see that in a minute. There's a bunch of stuff. Plastic waste, there we go. So we just come through the plastics factory, and then here you can see just heaps and heaps of plastic. It's all being sorted by hand. You do get some interesting, there was dump stuff on the road, and then you have to make your way around. It's not easy. Take a few trees with me, and then on the left, on the right, sorry, you can see all these farms, ponds, I mean, and there's a lot of ponds. So they also, what they do here, they grow out as well, so they have their own production. But you can see fish moving there. Those are the nets, the little nets in the middle of the pond called happers. And that's where you put your fish in, and then you can breed them from there basically. So then when the fingerlings, the little hatchlings, they hatch within this net, which you can then easily catch and remove. Yeah, it's a big old place. We'll see. We've got a long journey ahead of us to get our fingerlings, but it's great to be here. Okay. Turn the corner away for us. There we go. That's at the end there. That's where we will collect our fingerlings. So, here we go. Same as last time, all the fingerlings are in these peppers and being aerated. So these just come straight from put these here so you can easily catch the fingerlings. I did notice actually, I don't know if you can see very well, but there's quite a bit of difference in size between them. Some of them are bigger, some of them are larger. Now that might, it's basically different ages, or have different performances. But that might actually also account for why our fingerlings, our current fish, there's quite a big difference in size between the biggest and the smallest. And I thought it was down to our management and the amount of feed that, certain ones will eat more than others, etc. But I actually wonder it's to do more with the fingerlings that we're getting and the age. It could be to do with that. So, anyway, here's the system in all its glory again. So just to remind you, the water comes from that tank. You can see the pipes where it comes down into here, and then it'll drain. There's a drain here, comes out here, and goes through this zigzag, which I think has got, can't quite see. It looks, it's got a frog. I can see a frog down there. See? There's a few creatures in there and a few fingerlings, but little weave through here. I think it looks like there should be some filter media in there, just to filter things, but I can't see any. And it goes through here, there's a bunch of gravel, so solids will flow out here, and then there's can't see it, but there must be a pipe underneath here. Oh yeah, it's probably underneath the sand, and then it will come out, and it will be forced through there, and then it comes down here, and that's where the pump is. And then it gets pumped up here. And then occasionally, if the water level reaches high enough, it will actually flow down this pipe into the overflow. Remember, just preparing the bags, just putting water in them. Let's see, full efforts of everybody to get all these bags ready. And then we'll measure them out. Just decided to weigh these. That's 30, I think. And how many do we have? Okay, clicker method. look how many you put in. Because what she's done is she's measured a scoop, and then you just count how many is in the scoop. So then when every scoop that you get, you know roughly how many fingerlings you're getting. Right, so it begins. These are the gentlemen are preparing the ties, bits of rubber with a razor blade. So putting 2 scoops in each bag. And the reason is the count is 232 for 1 scoop, so we're putting around 500, so that's 464 in each one. We wanted about 500, so we'll just do an extra bag basically. And then they give us 5% for mortality, which would be 850 extra, which is good. So now that they're all in the bags, the process of filling with oxygen begins. Get the bag ready. That's the oxygen. It's all getting filled as well. And then they get these ties and they tie them around. Not stop them leaking. We've got a last trip to Rukungiri, which is about 9 hours. Here's the enterprise. I'm off to pay the money. Envelope of cash. Here we go. First lot in. Let's see how that transpires once I'm back. Well, I'm back. Took a while to do all the money, but not as long as packing 39 bags of it's about 18,000 fish we're going to have in here. 17,000 is what we're going for, but they had a bit mortality, like around about 5%. So yeah, I think we're the last couple. And yeah, it's coming. Look at that. Just left. Look at all those fish, which is fantastic. Off to pick up the black soldier fly eggs now, and then the 9-hour drive home. So we've reached Rukungiri. We're just unloading some that we got for another farmer. 8 bags, none are dead so far. That's looking good. This is Penny, who's the secretary. I mean the treasurer. You can see she's just showing her the fish. So this is the black soldier fly eggs. You just see them at the bottom. Some of them have hatched. So they're in this wall just to keep them safe. And then these are all the fingerlings ready to go to their new home. So we've just finished adding all the fish. Now it's raining quite heavily. We've come into our shelter, which is, I haven't seen it since they've roofed it. So there we go. Let me come up here. You're able to see it. There we go. Look at this bit of spare scrap that we had lying around. So yeah, so that's good. So now we're all sheltering inside, but we're just looking at this black soldier fly. And well, basically what we're trying to do is put the little ones in here for 6 days with the maize bran and some water, and then we'll transfer them to this trough, which we will put. We need to put some more polythene in. But yeah, it's looking good. So what we've done is we've cut a jerry can in half, added maize bran, which is corn, shredded corn, added a bit of water, and then we're going to put the eggs, about half and half each. We'll keep them in here for 6 days, and then we'll put them in the trough with a bunch of organic waste. So what we'll do is we'll cover it, put them down like this. So you're in the middle. So we weren't quite ready for the black soldier fly, but we wanted to get it all done and dusted this trip. So thankfully they're much easier maintenance than fish, but yeah, we're sort of keen to get this going. Yeah, so you can cover that. What you can do is if you leave it like this, any ones will fall out. Yeah. Wow, there we go. So we're just moving the last lot of fish. This is a special one for us because it's for a women's group. So we've written women on the side. Basically, they're like a group of about 10 to 15 women. They've dug this pond with their own hands, as they would say here. So using their own efforts, no portals or anything. And they're going to stock fish, but of course they couldn't actually afford this, so it's one of the pleasurable things that we get to do is actually help them out, give them some fish, and then see how it goes. Now, I'm a big believer in economic sustainability, so the plan is that when it comes to harvest, we'll buy the fish off them at the price that they would get, but we'll buy them in bulk, and then we can sell it and make a bit of profit from the sale. We won't make much, but you know, if we can get them started, very happy with that. And to be honest, I'm a bit doubtful if they'll actually come through and let us buy all their fish, because of course they'll be wanting to sell it at a slightly better price maybe, or they'll have promised it to friends. So we'll see. It's a big risk for us in that sense, but to be honest, like, even if they don't, on a sort of what we've asked them, I'm not really that bothered, because I think, yeah, it's like part of the reason we're here, right? To benefit the industry, and not just people that can afford it, but people that have an interest but can't quite afford the cost of buying the fingerlings. So yeah, here we go. Caused quite a commotion. People love seeing the fish. I'm just in the back because we're picking Pauson's wife up. So thankfully I don't have to go too far. Last roadside stop. Just take a video. There we go. Last delivery. Okay, see you.